Reece, just been speaking to the manager. First half, bit flat, wasn't it? What was said at half time in that dressing room to get the boys to really sort of turn it on in the second half?
Yeah, well, I think it was just a lot of shouting, a lot of throwing things around. We knew we weren't good in the first half at all. It was flat. We knew we had to come out in the second half and show what we actually have been doing, and just doing things that we normally do, pressing, being a bit more brave. And I felt like the second half was a completely different half, and we showed that. Yeah,
I'm just saying to Gabby, I think the second half was as good as we played all season, actually.
Yeah, I think the boys just believed and, listened to the gaffer at half time, and, me and Mason was playing a bit more flat.
What do you mean by that flat?
Just so one each on the centre halves, and then Panucci and Nathan was squeezing a little bit higher.
Yeah.
And I think it worked. They didn't really know what to do. They couldn't really get down and play the ball. And obviously, because of the press was so good on their centre backs, they didn't really know what to do. And we were just obviously, getting balls more in behind and having more chances on a goal.
Talk us through the goals. A lovely strike.
Yeah. I think Nathan always tells me every game just if you get half a yard shoot, and I don't really do it, because I don't like being a bit too selfish, I just play out wide, or usually I play out wide and get the crosses in. But I just turned on it, and I felt why not? I tried to do a few strikes beforehand, and it was just blocked, and I thought just keep doing it. One's about to come off, and
because it actually sort of picked up speed off the pitch, didn't it? It actually flew in.
Yeah, and obviously the conditions helped it, the wet surface and things like that, and thank God it went in.
And then after that, really, there was only one team going to win. And I know you just mentioned about your crossing, but the cross from Lewis Young for Mason Bloomfield's header was superb, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a great cross. But yeah, we always go on to Lewis about his crossing, and thank God one actually went in, on Mason's head and went in. But we had the momentum. As soon as we drew 1-1, we had the momentum. They didn't really know what to do. They were panicking a little bit, and we knew we had the game in our hands.
And I'm just mentioning to Gabby, there's a strength in depth in the squad is being shown at the moment, because we've got some important players out. But we saw Tarin Al-Araki today. Lewis Young came back into the side. So there is some depth in the squad, isn't there?
Yeah, that's a squad you need, to do special things, and I think we can do it this season. I think now this win today gives us momentum going into a few tough games, Newport, Bradford, in the next week. So yeah, I think we need to just now build on that momentum, and even if we pick up a point away from home, it's still a good result.
And how important is today, bearing in mind we're playing Colchester again in the Cup in a couple of weeks? Totally different game, of course, but having beaten them, it will give the lads a lot of confidence, won't it?
Yeah, we don't want to get too complacent. Obviously, the league game is different to a cup game, different atmosphere, and it's anyone's game on the night, especially in a cup game. But we've now got the upper hand on them. They'll be wanting to come back here and have a little bit of revenge. But we just got to play the way we did in the second half, and I'm sure we can progress on.